Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Q&A. I hope you had a great week and welcome back. So you're thinking about buying an investment property and you think you might want to turn it into an Airbnb. Is that a good idea? So I have a couple of questions for you first before you make that decision so that you can make sure that you're doing an accurate analysis of an investment property as an Airbnb versus a regular investment property. So the first thing is, if you're buying a condo especially, does the condo board allow it? This is the biggest problem I've seen, is that a lot of people want to buy an investment property and do Airbnb and they find out that their condo doesn't allow it, or over time their condo has stopped allowing it, so now they're stuck with a property that they have to rent out longer term, which wasn't their plan in the beginning. So make sure that you check all of that out. That's very important. The second thing is, how do you manage that property? Are you going to do it yourself, or are you going to have a property manager do it? It can be very overwhelming and very time consuming to rent a place over and over and over again, so you make sure that's factored into your decision. The third thing we want to look at is that, are you buying something that has a peak season or a low season, or is it going to be pretty steady all around? If you're in Toronto, for example, and you're looking at the downtown core, you're pretty solid no matter where you are. But a lot of people are looking at maybe Airbnb a property that is up north, cottage country or something like that. And you have to factor in that you're probably only going to be busy for a couple of months of the year. So keep that in mind. The fourth thing is that, is it a good idea to do a property that is going to have a long-term investment too? Because let's say, for example, that the Airbnb option doesn't work out for you. Is it the type of place that you can rent long-term? Are people going to want to stay there? That should be an important decision for you, because again, if you bought something, then you decide that Airbnb doesn't work anymore, and then you want to rent it out long-term, is it the kind of place that people are going to want to take? And if so, is that still going to maximize your return? And finally, you really need to calculate all of the numbers into your ROI. Think about things like cleaning services, property management, all of that. When you are calculating the numbers, has to work out in your favor in order for you to determine whether this is a successful venture or not. Because a lot of times people look at the big numbers and think, I'm going to get $250 a night for this place, and it sounds great, but then when you start looking at all the other little factors in there, maybe it's not as good as it was when you first initially calculated it. So think about that. So that's it for now. Hope that's been helpful. Happy to answer any questions as always, and feel free to reach out and share with anyone you think might be interested. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.